and also the new Minister of Defense, Dennis Smihal, about the future for inviting defense companies from Ukraine to start up production here in Denmark, and they are very much supportive in that context. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now open the floor to questions. Please specify the principal to whom you address the question and the media you're from. Second, Mattia, please. Do we have a mic? Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you for the floor. Mattia Bagnoli, ANSA, the National Italian News Agency. Two questions. First one is for you, High Rep. We have just received information that Israelis are declaring Gaza a combat zone and suspending all the pauses, humanitarian pauses agreed so far. I would like you to give us a reaction because it may impact the discussions tomorrow. And secondly, this is for both of you. When you say that the EPF can also be used to the Pearl initiatives, so priority purchases for US man-made arms for Ukraine, do you hope that this is going to spin the story in a way that perhaps a certain member state will finally deblock something that has been blocking for ages now? Thank you.
Thank you. I must say that we had the meetings all day without the phones. So I actually received this information also just seconds ago before coming here. So I'm not ready to comment on this. It's certainly not making things any easier or better, but I will also look into this, so be smarter regarding this tomorrow. Now, when it comes to the Pearl initiative, then it is true that in the EPF we have 6.6 billion euros blocked. And we have offered to our Hungarian colleagues different ways out. I mean, opt out like they have in NATO. Also, I mean, different possibilities that are not part of the lethal aid or anything of a sort, but it hasn't been, we haven't been effective so far. Now we have the Pearl initiative, which means that, buying weapons from America, if we could unblock this 6.6 billion, as also our different colleagues are very, very often, also Hungarian colleagues, referring to President Trump's efforts, this is exactly what is it for. So if we could unblock by this, and the 6.6 billion could be used in the Pearl initiative, then it could definitely make a difference. And all the countries today were raising this issue of unblocking. It is, you don't have to be part of it, but let others then do it.
I fully agree, so I don't have any comments.
Perfect. Let's move to the next question. We have the gentleman on the front row. Yes, you had raised your hand.
I'm Anders Lomholt from TV2 Denmark, and Kaja Kallas. I have a question because I've been looking at something called the Baltic Defense Line, a huge project being made in the Baltic countries, defending them against a possible Russian aggression. They are cash-strapped. They are looking for extra funding. They're asking EU for support and funding. Will they get that?
There are several points here. First, what we discussed today is also the joint projects and where member states can come in, because the Baltic countries, also border countries, were raising that they are sort of the gatekeepers of Russia, and that's why it is in everybody's interest to invest in that. Now we have also the European budget. Commission has proposed this project, but this will be be under discussions first in the Council, but at the same time in the European Parliament. So yes, there should be more funding, as it is definitely a gatekeeping to keep Russia away. But eventually, it is upon the decision makers to decide how to allocate resources. This proposal is there.
Okay, nobody took the microphone from me, so I'll just try in Danish to Troels Lund Poulsen. Du åben for at sende danske soldater til Ukraine for at træne ukrainske soldater før en eventuel fredsaftale?
Som jeg har sagt tidligere, så synes jeg, at man skal følge situationen tæt i Ukraine, også i forhold til, hvad behovene måtte være. Men indtil at vi har en klarhed over, hvad situationen er i forhold til den potentielle fred eller våbenhvile, så synes jeg, det er for tidligt at tage stilling til det spørgsmål.
Perfect. We will move to the mic over here, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's Rosie Burchard here for DW. You spoke about potential EU trainers on the ground in Ukraine. Can you just clarify that you mean a change of mandate after a potential ceasefire? And can you tell us, do you think this is in any way realistic? You said there's broad support. What does that mean? I believe you would need unanimity for this. You just released a statement with only 26 countries just basically condemning those Russian attacks which damaged the EU mission. If you can't even get 27 countries on a basic statement like that, can you ever imagine getting agreement unanimously on something like a change of the mandate for EU trainers on the ground? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, when we are 27 and 26 are on board, then it is a broad support. I can say that it's a broad support. But yes, the discussions that we had was about the change of mandate. It's a bit also, chicken and egg issue. So, like you say, it's true that we are talking about changing the mandate or training on Ukrainian soil if there's ceasefire. So some are saying that we should do it after, but we can also do it conditionally, so that we agree already how we change the mandate so that it would be conditional when the ceasefire or truce enters into force when it's actually needed. Now, what we have to keep in mind is that there is a coalition of the willing for the security guarantees. There's discussion with the Americans about their backstop. Americans have been very clear. Europeans have to be leading here. So again, we need to show how we are taking responsibility for certain tracks, and training has been on Europe, and we are ready to do it on Ukrainian soil once there's truce. And then, this is also one argument to our friends that is actually who are saying that truce is important, peace is important, but it can only be just and lasting if there are credible security guarantees. And one of the elements of the credible security guarantees is the EU training, the military mission, as well as the civilian mission.
Thank you. Where is the mic? Yes, we will take these two questions here and there, please.
Yes. Thank you. Asma Abbas from Denmark 24. You mentioned that EU is the largest investor in Ukrainian defense. I would like to know among whom, if the attack is coming from the east and then from the west. The United States spoke about decreasing their support to Ukraine and giving the leading position, as you just mentioned, to the EU. My other question is that, do you look at this announcement from the United States of America to give the European the leading role here, especially when it comes to the Russian-Ukrainian conflict? Do you look at it positively, or how do you perspect this?
Mm-hmm. First, on the Ukraine defense industry. So I was saying that Europe has been the main investor in Ukraine defense industry. And one of the ideas is to also bring this industry to Europe, which means creating jobs here in Europe as well. It is clear that we need all to invest more in defense. Ukraine has all the lessons learned from the actual combat. So what is needed, what works, what doesn't. So it is also in the benefit of European Union to have it in Europe. Now, to your other question, for domestic politics well, I would say so that America has been very clear that on this war, Europe has to be the one who is doing the most. We are giving the most military support to Ukraine. We have already done that, but when we talk about security guarantees, then they have been very clear that they are discussing and are able to provide the backstop if Europeans take the majority, or like they say, lion's share. So that is the message to us, and that is what we are discussing, that we are able to fulfill. So you know, to have them on board, then we also need to show that we are doing much. So am I happy or not? I would say that I would be so happy if this war would be over.
Well, maybe I could also give a short remark. The lessons learned from the battlefield right now has also been introduced in building up new capacities here, or capabilities here in the Danish armed forces. So in fact, it is quite an intelligent way also to invest directly into defense companies in Ukraine, and hopefully also to invite them to have production facilities here in our neighborhood in Europe.
Thank you. We said we would take the question from the gentleman over there. The mic is on your left.
I have a question to the High Representative. There have been 3 missile attacks against the Druzhba crude oil pipeline, which supports at least 2 European member states. And in January, the European Commission pledged in writing that it would take actions against attacks like this, but recently there is not too much what we can see. So why doesn't the Commission see it as a direct threat against European Union member states and the critical infrastructure? Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, what we have to keep in mind is that one of the places where the Russians get most resources to have this to wage this war is oil, gas, fossil fuels. So therefore, Commission has proposed a roadmap to really get rid of the Russian fossil fuels, because it is a bit contradictory that we try to stop this war, but at the same time we are the main buyers as European countries, different European countries, of the fossil fuels that actually fuel this war. So this is in the end the target, the goal of European Union to get rid of the Russian fossil fuels, and of course any attacks on the European soil we always condemn. Thank you.
And I think we had one of the last hands in the middle. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Alex Maxia, The Times of London. Copenhagen, you mentioned, is going to offer safe haven to Ukrainian defense companies. I was wondering what kind of weapons are going to be produced here in Denmark, and also if any other European countries have raised their hand and offered to also offer similar safe haven to Ukrainian defense companies.
I'll not make any announcement today about which kind of systems that could be produced here in Denmark. Hopefully, I'll be able to give an interview and also have a press conference on that in the coming weeks. We're working very closely with our friends in Ukraine with that. And we have quite many companies on the list, and I think we are only talking weeks and not months. And that will also give the company or the companies coming from Ukraine to Denmark the possibility to start up production, hopefully this year or in the beginning of next year. So it will be a very fast process we are looking into.
And on the other question, many countries have indicated that they are interested in investments to the defense industry, bringing the defense industry to their soil, because it means jobs and it means also prosperity for that country, considering how much money there is coming to the defense sector. So I'm not giving you concrete names, but if you look through different statements what different countries have made, so they are welcoming the defense industry, also making the detailed planning for having this industry. I mean, because they have very concrete conditions. So definitely welcoming such developments.
If I don't see any other hand, see. Last one, over there. Thank you.
Yes, Stefan, Europe Table for the High Representative. The discussion on these security guarantees, they all build on the idea of American backstop. But if you see the stability of what President Trump is promising or saying, can you really build on that in the future, or should Europe not find another way to achieve some kind of security guarantee for Ukraine? Thank you.
Actually, it is the other way around, or you might say that it's also what comes first, because Americans are saying they are providing backstop if we are, taking the lion's share. So Europeans, what we are discussing is to take that lion's share in order to also invite the Americans in. So not putting the main burden on the Americans, but inviting them to be part of it, like we have those discussions ongoing, and that is conditional that we do more ourselves. And this is only what we can discuss ourselves. What more can we do?
I think this brings our press conference to an end. Thank you very much. Thank you to our hosts, and see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.